So you want to be a boat owner, right? Let me tell you what's been going on here with my boat. Got to get it ready. We're going to Steinhatchee for grouper season. Me and Robert got reservations at Sea Hag. We're going to spend one night over there. We're going to fish on Wednesday, spend the night, and fish on a Thursday. Hopefully we can beat the crowd. Got 2 weeks of grouper season, so gag grouper. So here's what's been going on with the boat. You guys know I had wheel bearing issues. Had to have that spindle replaced, and I put all new hubs, wheel bearings, everything on the boat. Had to replace the raw water pump. Let me get in here and show you. So in here, you can see that's the raw water pump. It stopped working, so I couldn't rinse the boat. Saltwater, raw water they call it. Had to replace this live well pump. I wouldn't say pump, it's a cartridge. So you hit this right here, releases it, turn it, pop it out, get a new one. 40 bucks. So got that done. That's all situated. Still got to test it, make sure it's going to work. So I had the seat redone. You can see on some of my other videos where the seat was looking pretty ragged. So I had to have the seat redone. And it was Bruno's Body Works. No, not Body, Boat Works that did the seat. So here's Bruno Boat Works Cecil. There's his information. They're on Beach Boulevard. Did a really good job. Had a friend of mine recommend him. So check him out. Did good work. So got the seat all reupholstered. Everything good on that. As you can see, it looks really well. He did extra stitching and everything. Double stitched everything. And I've got it lined out. Not very expensive at all, but I need to get it done. So on the motor, I've done the lower unit. Drained all the gear oil. Use Yamaha, I think it's 80, 90 gear oil, whatever Yamaha recommends. So got that taken care of. I've only got 50 hours on the oil and the spark plugs. I did all that last 100-hour, 300-hour service. So got all that taken care of. So I won't need that before this trip to Steinhatchee. Maybe after I come back. I order all my parts and everything for the Yamaha off PartView. So they're a pretty good little website. Shows up real quick. So I've got all the oil, filters, spark plugs, all that was purchased already. It's just sitting here on the porch waiting to get going. So everything's good. Tires are aired up, everything's good. So 1 or 2 weeks we'll be heading to Steinhatchee. Get this grouper season over. Should be a good time. Me and Robert be our 2nd or 3rd year heading over to Steinhatchee. So will be a lot of fun. And talk about the Garmin. Had to have some work on the Garmin. I wouldn't say work, but replace. So let me climb in the boat. Give me a second here. So let's talk about this Garmin. The one that I had, this is a new one. Let's see if we turn some power on. Do a little power here, power up. So the one that originally came, this isn't came with the boat. This is an 8612 SBX touchscreen. So with this Garmin, the screen started, or the touch screen started to separate. Was getting the line from here, and then from here. So when you'd go to touch the screen, it wouldn't do anything because the touch was separating. So I got a hold of Garmin tech support. Agree here. Let's pause the transducer. Here we go, pause transducer. So you don't want the transducer running when you're not in the water, you'll burn it up. Damn thing's AMAR transducer, way too expensive. But back to what I was talking about. The screen was separating, right? So I got a hold of tech support. Wasn't on hold but maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes. And Garmin came on the line. I told them what was going on. They sent me a text message. Luckily I was home and they wanted me to be in front of the unit. So they sent me a text message on my phone. I got on the link with the text message and they were able to connect with my phone camera and they could see, zoom in and look at my screen. And yes, they agreed that it was losing its delamification is what they call it, big fancy word. So he totally agreed, looked at my system information, what version I had, and I have a subscription to Active Captain. So told me to download all my waypoints and everything that I have worked so hard to create. So I got all that done. You can go on YouTube and see all that. There's plenty of videos showing you how to take all your waypoints, routes, or whatever you got saved. I just have waypoints off Jacksonville, down in the Keys, and Steinhatchee to where we're going to fish here in a week or so. But got all that taken care of, and then he told me to unscrew the unit, take it out of the dash, unplug all the wiring, and they sent me a UPS shipping label. So I still had my original box from when I purchased a boat. Still had all that, you know, when you get a boat, they give you all that stuff that goes with it. And I was able to shrink wrap it. Nope, not shrink wrap, bubble wrap. I got some bubble wrap, wrapped up the unit, sent it to Garmin. I think it goes to Kansas, somewhere in Kansas. Olathe, Kansas, or something like that. Sent it to them, and with the order number, they gave me an order number. I had to put the order number on the box, and I put it on a piece of paper with my address and everything on the inside, and they shipped me a brand new one. You know, it didn't have any of my waypoints on it and everything, but I got them saved to an SD card, a mini SD card. And once I got the new unit, got it put in the dash, got it plugged up, all the power and the transducers. I have 2 transducers on this boat. One that came with the boat when I actually bought the boat. It shoots through the hull, and then I put another one on the back, a little better one, side imaging, and does a lot better than what came with the boat. Another AMAR, and got that all hooked up, everything plugged up, turned it on, loaded the Garmin mini SD card, put it in slot 1, put my waypoints in slot 2, and it's, you know, if you got Garmin or anybody knows about Garmin, you know how user friendly they are. Boom, all the stuff was loaded, my relief shading was loaded, everything was loaded. So it was an easy transition. Everything worked out great. Surprised me. Let's get this thing turned off. Don't need it on anymore. Gotta wait for it to turn off. And get it covered up. Everything worked great. So I was pretty lucky. I was worried about all that, and you get to messing with your Garmin and turn it off. You can mess everything up while it's downloading and doing this and doing that. I was scared of all that, sort of. But the guy that tech support, let me get out of the boat here. The guy with tech support helped me out a lot. So, you know, they were their customer service and their warranty and all that. This thing wasn't really under warranty. Like I said, bought the boat new in 2018. So I had that graph from 18 till now, present. But I guess that delamification, they call it, is an issue. Which I heard about that online. I went online and was looking at it. Thought I was going to have to buy a whole new $5,000 unit. But no, it was warranted. Here's the transducer I had put on the back. You can see that. Put a little splash plate on it so it wouldn't spray water everywhere also. You get that from Garmin. But, you know, that Garmin tech support, those guys are on point. Customer service. So and what really surprised me is how quick they answered the phone. But got it all taken care of. I was real happy with that. So didn't lose any waypoints, didn't lose my relief shading, didn't lose all my downloads from down in the Keys and over at Steinhatchee, and all my waypoints and relief shading there. So, because I paid good money for that subscription, so I could download maps and relief shading. So